Hi there, my friends. This is May, and here I am with my inner being to talk to you in your inner being. Today, I would like to share with you a technique or mental exercise that is really helpful for you to use during the day to really listen to your inner being. Okay? And the more you practice this exercise, the better you're going to listen to your inner being. Okay, for me, this is the best way to really practice listening to your inner being. You cannot say, okay, inner being, talk to me now. No, there is a way that you've got to understand that you just have to make space and allow. Sometimes we think we are allowing. Okay, but I'm allowing. Okay, talk now. Give me the answer to this problem, please. And quickly, fast, please. But it's not like that. Inner being is not like a person that is like materialized around you. And even if you talk like that with a person, the person will not be able to think clearly and really help you. Okay? So it's really important for us to make more space between our thoughts to listen to our inner being. And the more space you make, the more often your inner being is going to talk to you. Actually, your inner being is always talking to you. It is just the mind that is always very full of thoughts. It is very loudy that you cannot listen to your inner being because the mind is a program that is always running your actions and your thoughts. For example, could you be like 1 minute without any thoughts, like with your mind empty? Yes, in our last video, I shared with you guys 5 ways to align with your inner being, and one of them was meditation. Meditation is really good. So this technique, as I'm going to share with you, is not... it is kind of like meditation, but meditation is a practice that really is important for you to apply in your life like a habit. And this other technique I'm going to share with you guys is just for during the daily life, like day-to-day life. For example, you're driving, you are doing grocery store, you are in your work, or you are meeting with your friends and everything. You always have to remember to be present and not go with the programming of the mind, because then you're going to be like in autopilot, like a robot. And an enlightened mind is not like a robot of the mind. An enlightened mind is a very aware, present consciousness, okay? And the more present, the more conscious you are when you are eating, taking a shower, driving, talking to someone, watching a video, or doing anything. The better, the more you are going to be like channeling your inner being. Okay? And inner peace is going to be the result. Okay, this technique is a mental exercise, really easy. And also use this exercise when you are doing, for example, driving, doing the dishes, cleaning your house, talking to a friend. Your friend is talking, you are listening to your friend, you're not talking. Any time you can use this technique, okay? But also meditate, because it's going to really help you a lot. Okay, I have this here just to try to explain how this technique works. Okay, so every word is a thought. For example, I is a block of thought. I is the first thought that appears in the consciousness. The I thought. This is the source of all thoughts. Because of the I, that arise in the consciousness starts every other thought. Okay? That's why inquiring is the inquiry of the true self, the true I or I am. Even am is a second thought, just I, like I. You go to the source, to the beginning of everything. I, before any other thought, any other identity. It's just the thought I. So is the first block of thought in your mind. If you think of every word that your mind is talking, is a block of thought. And those blocks, they mostly are connected to other blocks on the line, in a row. So, for example, let's say there is a thought that appears in your mind. I have to go, I have this, I have that, I have to. Usually you're going to notice as you observe your mental activity, you're going to observe that there is lots of times the word I and other blocks of thoughts. And then I have 2, 3 blocks of thoughts here. I have 2. And then if you are practicing this technique, you are really taking care of your awareness, being present, and then you are like, okay, wait, emptiness. I have to, oops, okay, no thoughts. Make space between the thoughts. And at the beginning, you might not be able to make a big space. So the size of the space between the block of thoughts is going to depend on how long you hold your mind empty. At the beginning it's really hard. It's like only a few seconds. But trust me, the more you practice, the more pleasurable this is going to become. And you are going to be like many minutes without any thought. And it's really good, you guys. It's really good. It's peaceful. It's really good. Just try it. Trust me, just try it. It's so good. So, for example, let's say that you're driving and notice your mental activity. Your mind is going to start talking. I have to do this or that. I wonder if, and then it's going to talk. And then you wake up. You are aware. You see your hands here, just holding. Yeah, and you are like, I'm driving. And then you are empty. You're just driving. You know? And now you are not someone that are going from one place to another place. No, you are here driving. You are driving. Good opportunity for emptiness, for stillness. Okay? And then, for example, let's say you are vacuuming your carpet. Yeah, you're using the vacuum cleaner. It's really loud. Vacuum cleaners are loud. Just enjoy. Be empty. Like as you watch the body, because you're not the body, you are awareness, consciousness. You watch the body, your body, just using the vacuum cleaner. It is really amazing, you guys. So, for example, let's say you use this technique when you are talking to someone. I usually do that with my friends. It's really amazing. Watch their face. They don't know in the conscious mind, but in their unconscious mind, they notice that awareness is there. Yes, they notice. For example, if your friend is talking to you, just look at them and be present. Be empty. No thoughts at all. And just watch the person talking. No thoughts in your mind about what the other person is talking. You are just watching the person, and you are this presence, awareness, consciousness. Is really amazing how the other people, they kind of look at you and kind of they notice you are different, because you're not in autopilot anymore. You're not just like, usually when people are talking to us, our mind is not listening to them. Our mind is just preparing an answer. And the other day I was talking to friends, and we were in a conversation, and then went to another subject, and then to other subjects, and then to even a fourth different subject. And then I was like lost in the conversation, the block of thoughts, all connected, like no empty space between the block of thoughts, just talking, and more block of thoughts. And this subject is done, and then the mind is like, okay, another subject, and is filling all the blanket space. And I was looking at this friend and was like, how come we arrived in this subject? We started in a whole thing different from what is now. Have you noticed? You start to talk about one thing, and then 3 or 4 minutes later is like a total different subject. I was like, how come we are in a so different subject? I was like, and then I emptied. And then I looked at the person, I was just listening to them. I was not thinking about anything, just being present, listening to the person. And you notice in the face of the person, the consciousness of the person in a higher, deeper level understands awareness has filled the place. Awareness is there. Awareness is your true self. Is when you are awakened, and is when the more you practice emptying the space between the block of thoughts. Okay? And for example, you also can use this technique when you are angry or upset. Of course, it's more of a challenge to do this technique in situation like that, because when we are sad or overwhelmed, it's really hard to be aware. Usually we are taken over by our emotions, but the more you practice in other moments, like for example, if you are driving or doing, your regular daily tasks, is a good way to practice. And the next time you have a challenge to face, you're going to be a different person. You're not going to be someone really taken over by your emotions. You're going to be able to be more aware, and your emotions only really take over you when you are not aware. You're not here. You're not watching your thoughts, and you're not present. But the more you practice this technique in daily, regular days, when the challenge comes, you're going to do really well. So, let's say you are really sad or upset about anything, and then you want to use this technique. You're going to watch the dialogue of your mind. Your mind's going to be talking a lot about the problem, the imaginary problem. And then your mind is going to say, I have to tell her that what she did to me was not nice. I'm just talking like that because think of every word as a block connected to each other. Think of every word as a block connecting to another, like a Lego piece. Yeah, piece. So I have to tell her that, and then you're like, okay, let me stop this. Stop the block of thoughts and empty. I choose to be empty now, to empty my mind. And then you're going to notice that your emotions are going to be more settled, and you're going to feel better. Your adrenaline is going to go lower. You're going to be more relaxed. And then in this empty space that you made between thoughts, your inner being might give you a guidance out of this problem, or out of this thing, or these thoughts that is making you sad or upset. I don't know what your inner being is going to tell you, but I truly know there's going to be really good thing, and it's going to help you a lot. And that is this technique you can use during the day to practice the best way really in daily life, because you cannot be like meditating for 5 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. You gotta do your stuff. Well, you gotta do what you have to do. Right? So you cannot be appreciating everything all the time. I gave you last video 5 ways that you can practice your alignment with your inner being. However, this technique I'm sharing with you in this video is something really for your day-to-day life. Okay, just you can practice anywhere. You don't need to sit here and relax and doing this. No, you just watch your thoughts. Imagine that every word that is your mind is say is a block. And then you're like, if you imagine that every word your mind is talking is a block, you can stop the block. Make a space between the next block of thought that is going to show up. And that's when you are training your mind to be more and more empty, to be filled of your inner being, the Holy Spirit, your divine self, and you be more present. Because when your mind is not running the program, who is running the program? You, your true self-awareness, consciousness, who you truly are. I hope this technique that I shared with you really is useful. And if you apply, please come back here, and tell me how you did. Okay? Bless you a lot, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.